The whisper wasn't meant for me. It was meant for him. She stood beneath carnival lights, gold dress shimmering, smile curated for strangers. The charity fair buzzed around us. Laughter, auction paddles, polite applause. I was 10 feet away when she leaned into the microphone. Room 214. Soft, breath against metal. Intimate. She thought the mic was dead. It wasn't. The sound system caught every syllable and flung it into the night. 200 people heard it. The laughter thinned. Conversations clipped mid-word. A ripple moved through the crowd like a shiver. She didn't notice at first. She was still smiling, still radiant. Then she saw their faces. Confusion, recognition, pity, and then she saw me. I didn't move, didn't blink. Just held her gaze while the meaning rearranged her expression. Room numbers are not poetry. They are coordinates. And in that moment, I knew I had just been handed one. Infidelity doesn't explode, it seeps. For months, she had been distant in precise ways. Not cruel, not careless, calculated. Late meetings, phone face down. New perfume she claimed was for herself. I told myself marriages evolve, people change. Desire fluctuates. I told myself love requires tolerance. But room 214 was not evolution. It was logistics. Later that night, she laughed too loudly at nothing, overcompensating, touching my arm as if proximity could erase sound waves. "You're quiet," she said. "I'm listening." To what? To echoes. She didn't understand, or pretended not to. I replayed the moment in my mind. The softness in her voice, the familiarity, that wasn't spontaneous. That was practiced. A code spoken before. I slept beside her that night, counted her breaths, measured the distance between us in inches and in truths. I realized something then. Shock is loud, but certainty is silent, and I was becoming very, very quiet. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for people who still need answers. I already had direction. Room 214. The fair was hosted at the Grand Meridian Hotel. I confirmed it casually, smiled at the concierge like a curious husband interested in future events. There were 6 rooms on the second floor reserved for private donors. One was 214, booked under a corporate sponsor. Her company. Interesting. I began collecting details the way surgeons collect instruments. Phone records. Not hacked, simply itemized from our shared account. A number repeated at odd hours. Long calls during my business trips. I cross-referenced dates with hotel. Reservations tied to her firm. Patterns emerged. Human beings are predictable when they think they're clever. I followed once. Not dramatically. No disguises. Just distance. She walked into the Grand Meridian at 8:17 p.m. Confident, unhurried. She didn't look around. Because guilt becomes comfortable with repetition. I didn't follow her upstairs. I didn't need to. Instead, I met someone in the lobby cafe, a young event coordinator who had worked the fair. She was the one who'd panicked when the mic went live. "I thought it was muted," she whispered, still shaken days later. "You saved me years," I replied. She frowned. "I'm sorry." "Don't be." She didn't know she had just shifted the axis of my life. Over the next weeks, she answered small questions, innocent ones. Which sponsors requested privacy? Which rooms were blocked repeatedly? Room 214 came up more than once. Always under different names. Always the same time frame. My wife believed she was conducting an affair. What she was really conducting was a paper trail. It doesn't tremble. It doesn't guess. I compiled everything. Phone logs, reservation records, security timestamps placing her on the second floor during board dinners that ended downstairs. And then the final piece, a message sent to the repeated number minutes before the fair. 214, same as usual. I printed it all. Laid the pages neatly across our dining table. When she came home, she sensed the shift immediately. "What's this?" "Coordinates," I said. She scanned the papers. Color drained slowly, like ink diluted in water. "You went through my phone?" "Our phone bill." Silence. Then the crack. It wasn't serious. I watched her carefully. Not angry. Studying. "How long?" She hesitated. There it was. Duration, not denial. 2 years, she whispered. 2 years. I nodded once. The mic had only amplified what already existed. I was going to end it. "After tonight?" I asked. She had no answer. For the first time, she looked small. I felt nothing. That frightened me more than rage ever could. Divorce is not revenge. It is correction. I filed within the week. Cited infidelity. Attached documentation. Her lover was married. Also prominent. When the papers circulated, they didn't explode. They circulated. Board members talk. Donors withdraw quietly. Room 214 became a whisper in professional circles. The young coordinator, the one who'd accidentally exposed the mic, testified about the booking. Irregularities when asked. Calm, precise. Truth doesn't need drama. It just needs light. My ex-wife tried once. Please, she said. We can fix this. I looked at her the way you look at a house after a fire. The structure might stand, but it will never feel safe. I already fixed it, I replied. Assets divided. Reputation fractured. Her lover retreated to salvage his own marriage. She was left with explanations and silence. People assume betrayal breaks you. It doesn't. It clarifies you. In the months that followed, I spent time with the coordinator, not impulsively, carefully. She valued transparency in ways my marriage never had. She asked direct questions, gave direct answers, no coded whispers, no rooms reserved under aliases. I didn't fall in love quickly, I observed. Verified, built slowly. Trust, constructed brick by brick, is far more durable than passion built in secret. As for my ex-wife, I hear she avoids public speaking now. Microphones make her nervous. Good. Every system has feedback. You speak carelessly into it, and eventually it amplifies you. Room 214 was never just a number. It was a doorway. She walked into it thinking it led to pleasure. It led to exposure, and I walked out of it lighter, because the cruelest revenge isn't destruction, it's indifference, and I have never been quieter.